really smash the Primal Beast and put Nothing to Say out of commission, there's a pretty good chance there, but other than that, I'm not really sure.
Prepare for battle.
Now look, I know different player, different region, different role, but what happened a few days ago with Collapse when he was playing Primal Beast, kind of got dogged on in lane. What happened is he got like the 17, 18 minute BKB, and it all changed from there.
Yeah.
And if that same thing happens, if Nothing to Say gets dogged on in lane, you're not going to go for the Blade Mail. You're probably going to go for this early BKB. And outside of the Clockwork at that point, there's really no damage and nothing to stop you.
Yeah. I mean, it's still, at the end of the day, it's a Primal Beast into a Clockwork pick. So clearly Nothing to Say, extremely confident. And that's kind of what the feeling is coming into this series for G2.iG, right? They feel like, okay, you know, we took a tumble to Team Zero, we won on our A game, that shouldn't happen again. Very clear that that's what they're going for. The Luna first pick should be the biggest indicator of that. I'm quite surprised that we still see that Lifestealer in the last pick, because as much as it is the hero of the patch, we saw how that matches up already. It almost feels like Dark Horse, they either need to crush early, like way early, or they need to wait until super late into the game. Super late into the game, sure, you got Hookshot to interrupt BKB Black Hole, but that never feels too good.
No, it doesn't, especially when you have to deal with Primal Beast as well, and that's one of the reasons you've picked this Clockwork, right, is to deal with that Primal Beast.
Perhaps. I mean, Nothing to Say is going to give you that one for free, right? Even though it was a bit earlier in the picking order. Maybe just something Sheep is comfortable with, Primal Beast or not. So get off to the races here. Game number 1 of this best of 3 elimination series. One of these teams is going to go home, and I think everybody watching is not expecting it to be G2.iG, but Dark Horse, I think they've already surprised people 2 times today. So it would be too out of the woods to say they have a good chance here.
Oh, you know what they say, Sneeze? Good things come in 3, and if Dark Horse, you know, they want that good thing. Might be coming their way, but they have to get through these lanes, and they have to get through them in a good position.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like they've put the Hoodwink down in the bot side, and they're instead pairing the Clockwork with the Viper, right? And I think that's pretty vital. You need a body for Viper to operate. I still do wonder whether the Clockwork himself is going to be tanky enough to deal with this overwhelming pressure from Ench as well as Luna. We already saw this combination, albeit with a Phoenix. Just that Luna Blessing double range combo is pretty nasty.
Now, Sneeze, I don't want to alarm you, my friend, but that's actually the Timber Saw in the offlane, so Clockwork will be laning with the Timber.
That's worse.
It is so much worse.
No, I couldn't even comprehend it because I don't think that this would be a thing, but G, it's actually... It's not even Sheep who's playing the clock. I mean, G brings it up. And a small little tidbit for everyone watching. And, you know, if you might not speak Mandarin, you might not know. But there's a chance that G's name is just kind of a pronunciation of a Chinese letter. And that would make him a chicken. Which would be funny because that would mean the Dark Horse support duo is chicken and sheep. Farm animal vibes.
The whole barnyard.
Yeah. And George, someone get George Orwell in this spot right now. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, for now, he's not playing very scared, right? He's right up in them, clucking down their lane and really not giving them any space to work. But this is what we were a bit concerned about. Blood Grenade early on should be able to walk this one off with the help of a unit. I mean, that's kind of what they're playing for, right? Just one person bodies, one person heals up, switch seats.
Yeah. The only thing about Clockwork is, doesn't really do too much when he's healing up. Timber Saw... You know, he's still got the Timber Chain, he can do a cheeky little whirling death every now and then. Clockwork, when you're low, you can't walk up and battery assault, you're just gonna die.
Yeah, Clockwork, in a way, it's a pretty one-dimensional hero, and I think that's why we always chalk it up to be like this, big, manly, jump-in, full-commit hero. You don't really have any options once you've hookshot in, right? And you're just kind of in the fight. I think we've seen amazing Clockworks throughout Dota's history show us how to play ping-pong Clockwork, where you're in, and then you sort of make a bit of space with cogs, and then you juke out and distract your opponents. I think G's gonna have to be doing a lot of that this game. Okay, first blood though in the bot side. JT being run down. Despite his full Eidolon army, will just get auto-attacked, but not able to stop the army from taking a life. Sheep will fall down as a response.
This exact thing happened in game number 2 against LGD. JT, you know, gets first blooded, but then gets second blood because of the Eidolons and the nice stun from Voltica.
Yeah. And again, even though it's not ideal for the Enigma, the fact that he can just continue to exist in lane and put on the pressure, we saw those later level in Eidolons really do a number on the Lifestealer. And you know, Bobaka's never gonna say no to free XP, baby. That's his shit.
No, absolutely. And, you know, to be fair, I don't think the level 6s are going to be as important for G2.iG, but you're not going to say no to them, right? Untouchable and Finger of Death, that's going to set up a lot of kills. Not the Untouchable, but definitely the Finger of Death.
Yeah, I mean, Bobaka, early on, we saw those Finger of Deaths being put to use, and this, really, I think when you think about Lion, this is the guy. This is, like, across all of Dota, this is the Lion player. So if there's anyone who's going to sling a couple of those out to maximum effectiveness, it'll be him. Cool play from Nothing to Say here in this mid lane. He understands that he can't match up directly into small KK, and he's just going to get run down. So he actually goes between the tier 1, tier 2, drags the creep wave, keeps it there, and now he has a double wave coming in. The only problem is I'm not sure whether small KK is going to allow him to get anything. But this TP in from Bobaka could put the Viper in a bad spot. Yeah, he's in a very awkward position, but it looks like Bobaka is not... Yeah, he doesn't really have the help of Nothing to Say, because Nothing to Say needs to clear these creep waves, onslaught through those heroes, not going to stop that kill from happening. And now 3 heroes on Dark Horse have just converged onto this Primal Beast. With the Bushwhack and the Cogs, they'll push him around like a little chew toy, and the Viper will be able to clean him up. We talked about the importance of the Primal Beast having a good start, and this is the opposite of that.
Yeah, I very much like this Dark Horse, safe lane, oh my goodness, mid lane Viper. I do think that things would have maybe gone better for them if they put it in the off lane, but I mean, screwing over Nothing to Say, such a good start to your game, right? Such an important, crucial part of the IG lineup. And if you continue to do this, continue to make it so the Primal Beast at 5 minutes is like 18 CS, you know, do it one more time, do it 2 more times, Nothing to Say, he's not going to have much of a game.
Yeah, and I think Nothing to Say's player profile has really changed there, especially since he first came to prominence, right? When he was this hotshot rookie on PSG LGD, back when they were PSG LGD. I think he was always looked upon to carry the team on some of these spirit picks and really show up big time. But especially recently, he's sort of found himself more on these space creators, but you know what it is, with these space creators, you can't really get much done if you don't get these early kills. Thankfully, with the help of X-Nova, though, he will be able to get some revenge on the Viper.
Very, very nice. Unfortunately, you can't get a bottle refill quite yet. 6-minute runes aren't quite there. JT.
Nice hex out. Catches the lifestealer by surprise. And oh my goodness, body blocks. Bye-bye, Longfor. Just gets hunted down. I think he had that rage the entire time, but Bobaka leading with that hex caught the lifestealer off guard. Great play from him.
It's rare that we see Lion get level 3 Hex. I think a lot of people either go second point into Spike or second point into Mana Drain. Against the Lifestealer, so good. Such a good use of your abilities for Bobaka. Understanding, right? This is a master Lion.
Yeah. And I think also there's been recent sort of nerfs to that Mana Drain, and because of that, we've actually been seeing more and more Lions get points into Hex, just like the old days. This mid lane, again, just being trampled down. Despite the Viper being big and strong with the Centaur at your face, you can't really continue chasing on this Primal Beast. And I think G2.iG, despite that great early rotation from both supports and Dark Horse, they're doing a good job in making sure that Primal Beast still has a game here.
The supports are doing their best, I mean, for both teams. Right, bottle refills coming in galore for both of these players.
Oh, he's not done.
Children for Nothing to Say.
Trying to go forward, he understands just how strong he is with X-Nova running in with that Pinecone Raider. Throws out a seed shot, but it's not enough to kill a small KK. And he should be able to survive, run away from that Pinecone Raider. Just need one last auto. No. He couldn't find it. The seed shot was on cooldown, unfortunately. And the Viper lives, so... ambitious move there from G2.iG, not really respecting the survivability of the Viper at this point in time.
Viper's a tanky boy. I think people sometimes forget that. You know, his HP pool is a little distracting.
Oh, JT. Just being run down here. The spray's out as well. That is rough. Longfor getting some revenge, but meanwhile, Nothing to Say fires right back. So this mid lane, back and forth we go, as both these laners just non-stop at each other. Really just trying to call on some of the supports to help them out, but comes at quite a cost, right? Bobaka gets caught out here by Sheep solo, and this really favors Dark Horse because their side lanes are just getting free.
Lanes are going well, like we talked about. If Dark Horse get out of the laning stage, things might start snowballing for them.
Oh, caught inside the cogs. Beautiful stuff from G. This clockwork, I think, a beauty so far. Nothing to say, nowhere to run. Again, going down in this mid lane, an absolute bloodbath early on. And look, Monet, he's already being chased out. Sure, the Luna can jungle fast, but JT, he's kind of scared to occupy space down here and pressure because so far, every time he's gotten a bit aggressive, he's been punished by a sheep rotation. Now, if that level 6 and the Vlad's complete, maybe it's a bit of a different story.
I would think it is. I think as long as you have Black Hole Vlads, these Eidolons are doing a lot of damage. And that's all you really need, right? A little bit of extra control from Bobica. You should be able to get the kill if they catch him in a black hole.
Oh, Monet.
They support.
This wraparound. Dude, the supports on Dark Horse are doing a lot's work right now. They narrowly miss out on Monet, but it's like there's a setup. You want to get the kill onto the Timbersaw, bringing 3 members now, but Monet spots out the supporting cast. Just need to finish out the Timbersaw, no frills, and with that Pulverize, should be more than enough. Nice chunk of EXP as well. Nothing to say, gets that last hit. And despite that nice wraparound play from the Dark Horse supports, they can't connect to their offlaner in time to prevent that from happening.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they were just way too deep. Very good if they were able to get that, but it's just unfortunate they barely missed the Luna. That seems like it's been G2.iG's motto for these last few games, right? It's just nearly dodge these ganks.
Yeah, this is a big one to dodge if they can get their way out of here, but Monet has no idea that small KK is coming. Spotted out with that rocket flare. Nice start, and Viper Strike, Sharpshooter, straight onto the Lion. Bobica, he's not going to be able to stand for long under this tower. Now Monet, he's left alone, surrounded by 3. Nothing to say is in the area, but it seems like Dark Horse, they don't want to commit for this any further.
Not necessarily, it's not really a reason to. Viper wasn't really in the area, it was just the Clockwork Hoodwink. You don't want to push the envelope right now when you've pretty much destroyed the Primal Beast. The Luna's not having, she's having a fine time, but so is Viper, and that's the big one, right? They do need to kill Monet, which they recognize Dark Horse are making the movements to try and kill her. But, I mean, Monet's got these spidey senses, dude. I don't know.
Yeah. I think I like what the Viper is going for here. Basically, the usual auto-attacking Viper build-up. Has that Dragonlance queued, and wouldn't be too surprised to see something like a Hurricane Pipe, maybe even a Maelstrom later down the line, although maybe Mage Slayer might be a bit better this game. Either way, I think it's important just because the Lifestealer doesn't really want to hit these objectives early on, but someone's got to do it, right? So if they can play around the Viper, you know, cast their spells around him, as the sports have been doing so well so far, they can actually close out the map quite a bit and force G2.iG into a rough spot. I mean, all things considered, this, other than the Primal Beast, the G2.iG lineup in the rest of their cores, the Luna and the Enigma, they're pretty greedy.
Yeah. I think that it all, like, Enigma's probably the best hero to be ganking right now. I think Luna, like, this area in which she's farming is so large that you don't ever quite know where she is, especially when you don't have wards covering the area. So you're on this wild goose chase up through the strip looking for this Luna. You get someone, but it's only a lion. So it's like, fine, but it's not what you want.
You don't have enough tools to sweep through this area quickly, right? All your heroes have nothing in the way of mobility, or I mean, I don't really count the Scurry, and you don't even have a hookshot online yet. And this tier 1 tower is going to be a good starting point though. I mean, that's going to allow them to close in on Luna, make her feel a lot less safe staying in this area, and a couple of rocket flares, maybe lucky ones, they should be able to catch her out for now. Both supports on the roll again. Dark Horse feels like a lot of their early game dictated by Sheep and G. Oh, straight in with the black hole, catches onto 2. JT with that high ground vision just gets the jump, and now X-Nova TPing in as well. Who are you ganking again? Couldn't be me, right? You just find your death. JT just laughs in their face.
That's what I get for saying anything, Sneeze. That checks out, dude. At DreamLeague, they've got a bunch of heroes down bottom as well. They're circling where the Lifestealer is. They don't seem to be quite done yet.
I mean, you know, I feel like the Lifestealer kill might be a little ambitious after you use your black hole, but who knows? Maybe Nothing to Say gambles down here a little bit and takes a little look-see to see what he can find for now. Still focusing very much on the farm. The Blade Mail, like you mentioned, didn't have bad enough of an early game that he wants to forego that, but I think it might be important, right? Because the only thing these Dark Force calls can do is try and kill you before you kill them, and I think that's going to put the Primal Beast in a great spot in these team fights.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those don't hit me items, right? There's not too much uncontrollable damage for Dark Horse. I mean, some could argue that Hoodwink has uncontrollable damage, which she does, but it's not the biggest, it's not the huge thing. So the blade mail is going to be this, like, hey, protect me, Viper, stop hitting me, Timber, leave me. Lifestealer doesn't necessarily care, but the other two cores from Dark Horse, they're like, okay, we'll back off, we'll let you chill, give you a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, I mean, the only real burst damage that Dark Horse have is on this Timber and maybe the Hoodwink, right? And it feels like there aren't great targets. When you build up that blade mail, I guess the main focus is going to be this Enigma, but then suddenly Luna's going to roam free in the fight. You know, it's just, it just feels like there's so many little things you need to worry about. The edge creeps, the Eidolons, the Lion coming in with the control. But now, being pressured out on this mid lane tower though, that catapult, but nobody on G2.iG bothering to come by. One Earth Spike from Mobica is going to be enough to defend it for now. Of course, they haven't really gotten much traction out of their movements on the map in the past 5-10 minutes. I mean, a couple of nice early ganks from the supports, but maybe now with the hook shot and the sharpshooter combo, things will change. But it almost feels like that little missed move from them after trying to get the gank on JT scared them a bit. Now they're playing a bit hung back.
It really slowed the roll that Dark Horse were going for. I think that even like that gank on Luna, that is like really what started it. It's just been a miss and a miss, and hopefully not another miss, because I don't know how many more misses Dark Horse can take.
Yeah, I guess later down the line they're not too afraid because they think that their cores are going to be strong enough to stand their ground and fight. JT is hitting a devious timing though. I think he has the Midas flying out to him. Yeah, that's fully complete at 12 minutes. So Vlad's Arcane's Midas already on your Enigma. This guy's feeling mad comfortable. And Monet's right there with him, right? Mask of Madness, Dragonlance, pull smoke out, coming through the twin gates, finding a unit. And by himself some space, but there's nothing to say. Right on his tail and straight into the finger of death. Infused Raindrops does buy him a little bit of time, but G2.iG, they bring the full squad and they melt down that Timber.
Lion's level 15 talent makes it so that these early finger kills are so incredibly important, right? Ideally, come that level 15 online with that 70 max health per finger, you're getting like, you're wanting 6 or 7 finger kills. But the earlier 6, the earlier you start making these fingers that count, better it will be for you in the long run.
Is this not a Hex cooldown game? Especially against like a
It could be.
I kind of feel like the Hex.
I think if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Bobica. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Bobica.
Is that the...
I think it's somewhat uncommon. Like, I think it depends on the game. I think you might be right on the money, though. I think the Hex is probably a lot more valuable.
Yeah, because I feel like the only time I see 70 max health per finger of death kill talent picked up is when you're playing like a pub and you're like trying to like amp up on the Lion. But like, I feel like in these pro games, Hex is just so valuable, and you already mentioned it in the draft, right? It's gonna be a very key tool for them, because with the Lifestealer, a hero like him, you need all these nuclear reactions like the Black Hole, like the Pulverize, like the Hexers, and they are in limited supply, especially when you have a Viper and a Timber to worry about as well. So I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, we'll see what Bobica goes for.
We'll see.
We just need to take our notebooks out. Take notes, because this is the Lion Master we're learning from, okay? Yeah, whatever we say doesn't even freaking matter. It's what Bobica
He's gonna get
does.
Stats level 15.
Yeah,
Bobica doesn't care.
Style on us. He's gonna somehow, he's so good at Lion, he's gonna get level 25 talent at level 15. That's the Bobica difference right there.
Yeah. Checks out.
Yeah, stay tuned, folks. There's a reason why this guy picks Lion when nobody else does. Unfortunate position, but no blink on Bobica means that to be able to scamper his way out of trouble. Still sticks around though. Okay, well, not sure what that was about. Dodged the gang and then decided, look, you know what? I respect the effort. Bobica, my lord, please take my life.
Get him closer to that 25, baby. It all starts here.
Yeah, come on. He knows what's up. He knows the game plan. 4K gold lead now though for G2.iG. And again, this Luna drop is looking scary. I feel like as soon as this Luna gets her next 1 or 2 items, it's the Mantle she's actually going for this game, so not concerned enough to get something like BKB. A little bit of an adaptation here, but Monet, he understands when his power spike is going to be, and Manta and Roche, pretty free tier 2 towers, I reckon.
I mean, you'd hope so. Lifestealer, he's not going to be ready quite yet. He's still a ways away from his Radiance. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know what Viper's going to be doing. You know, he's got a lot of gold. He's got the Hurricane Pike. He's going Maelstrom, probably into Glype. Okay. Yeah. But the Viper seems to, like, small KK outside of the landing stage. I haven't really felt the effect of this Viper at all.
Yeah, I think the whole idea was that it's supposed to square off against the Primal Beast and put him down, which it sort of did, but at the same time, Dark Horse, you know, it was really much because of your supports and the rotations that were doing the job. Ever since then, I mean, nothing to say, he's been able to largely recover, and he is keeping track. Sure, he's still behind the Viper, but it's not that big of a deal because the Viper went for a very farming-focused build. At JT, he's just raking in this gold like crops and harvest season. My goodness, he already has a blink. You take a look at the disparity between both these offlaners and how much gold they have. A unit, I mean, early Yules and almost to his own blink, so maybe that could get him in good spots to actually start pressuring out some of these G2.iG heroes.
How much does Yules help you this game, though? Is it really that big of a deal? Like, I guess you can Yule, like, it's offensively a good tool, but defensively, I'm not too sure about.
I mean, defensively, if you consider cancelling Black Hole a good tool, then yeah.
Well, that's what I meant offensive. That's what I meant offensive. Okay. Right, cancelling Black Hole, cancelling Pulverize. I think it has the offensive capability. That's not what I'm arguing. Just defensively, I don't know how much it does for this game.
Well, for now, Yules or not, looks like nothing to say. Being set up upon in this top side. Not sure what he's doing in this neck of the woods. Finds the sharpshooter to the gut. Easy kill there for Dark Horse as they defend their perimeter. G2.iG don't really want to let that go unpunished, but Bobaka can't really find anyone. Has the Blink Dagger complete already? Closing in on that level 25 talent, that's crazy.
Oh my goodness, what an early Roshan that they can just do because of this Vlad's Luna and the ice armor from the creep as well. Yeah, fairly free Roshan. I don't know if Dark Horse even like think that this is happening. I don't think it's on their radar at all.
It is. Clockwork Flag comes right in, and they know this is happening, but nobody is in position, especially if that tier 1 tower in the offlane taken down so early. It's going to be very hard for Dark Horse to mount any sort of defense here. It should be just an easy pickup, and it really goes to show you just how strong G2.iG feel when they're doing this Roche after their Primal Beast dies.
Yeah. To be fair, you do have the outpost right there, so Primal Beast could just come back as soon as he's up. Maybe, you know, not too bad, not too, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Not too crazy of a move, because you're so close to any sort of rotations.
What do we have here? I mean, and unit ends up going for that Kaya ahead of the Blink. So just trying to scale up, maybe amplify his own farm. It doesn't seem like Dark Horse are interested in any moves on the map. So far, it's largely been pretty passive from them, just essentially letting G2.iG get everything they want, which I feel like is the one thing you shouldn't do against G2.iG, because where we've seen them crumble is when their lanes don't really go according to plan, and Nothing to Say doesn't really have a lot of options, when Monet can't farm, but all those things, all those checkboxes, find them easily. Nothing to Say now gets caught up by the Clockwork. Looks like Longfall is in the area as well, and another death on the Primal Beast. Nice double stun up. Pick up death, try for the turnaround, but it's not going to be enough damage. Good try there from Bobaka to set that up. Here comes Xnova. Black Hole on the 2. JT right in the mix. Catches the Life Stealer as well. And he doesn't have rage for another 7 seconds. No mana. Monet just going to walk them down and make them pay for that transgression. Coming through to try and kill our Primal Beast. You will suffer for that one. And now IG on the back of this Aegis, they can just keep it rolling.
They might get Small KK too. Maybe Small KK will get the Enchantress.
Yeah, that seems that way. For now, it's a Hex TP in from a unit, but there's Eclipse right on the back. Monet wraps around, and now a unit TP'd into his own death. Essentially a team wipe. Dark Horse, very disconnected set of plays there, and they lose their whole team for it.
Once again, Sneeze, this Viper just not hitting for me. Like, if Viper was in that original fight, I mean, he just gets Black Hole if he's in that original fight, but, you know, maybe if Viper's there, you know, it doesn't go that way. They can still push the aggressive instead of retreating where they went. So, I don't know. I'd like to see more, and I think the Dark Horse, they're still very much in this game, despite being 6k behind, and they're losing tier 2 towers. I think they still have an opportunity to get back into this game, but Viper has to start showing something for his net worth.
I don't know how much you can show though, because I feel like that's kind of the problem, right? Whenever we see these mid games go so poorly, it's always on the back of, oh, you've drafted 3 heroes that the supports can't play through, and that's literally it. You can't make any moves, even when you have deep vision, you can't find Monet, and you just kind of need to walk, and now you'll be walking into your own grave. Nice little bushwhack to hold them back. G2.iG, they're trying to get the kill onto G. Nice hook shot away as well. We'll just have to settle for a courier kill. But yeah, it's so terrifying here as G2.iG will just be able to walk over, steal away the Tormentor. This is just cookie cutter stuff from them. We've seen them rinse and repeat this in 2 games versus LGD. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? They're running the same strat against Dark Horse, and Dark Horse have no response.
I don't know why you would ever, like... I guess Dark Horse, maybe they didn't... Obviously, they didn't watch last series as they were playing of their own. But you have to have some sort of idea of the draft, the playstyle of what just happened to LGD. And I don't think that Dark Horse think they're a better team than LGD. I think they think they're a good team. I think that any team is thinking they're a good team is a good thing to do. But there's no way you think you're better than LGD. There's no way you should be letting a draft through. There's no way you let Monet get Luna and then let her free farm the entire game.
Yeah, absolutely. No gun though. They're gonna try for some sort of a defense here, but instantly in. Bobacar, no fear on this Lion. Hook shot, not even going to connect. There's a Lion in the middle of your tier 2. There's no way he doesn't pay for that. The rest of G2.iG, they need to try and run away now. Looks like Dark Horse, they're sensing that it's time to strike. But G, he tries to make space in the middle, but instantly dies. Buyback from the line. They're ready to just put an end to this game very early. Huge Earth Spike and the onslaught in. It's just such a great setup. And JT's back hole is not even needed, but when it finally comes through, oh boy, does it hit. You buy back on the clockwork, but there's nothing else. Your calls are just dead. A unit, one last glaive will just finish him off, and the only person remaining is G, who came back into this fight just to watch his team lose it all. X-Nova feeling so comfortable running in. Felt like a desperation play from Dark Horse that leads them nowhere but the end of the line. As Monet just able to stand his ground. I mean, hell, JT was just chilling that whole fight.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He just came in for the black hole for the hell of it. He didn't even need to, really.
No! I mean, just one Malefice would have done the job just fine. And, I mean, Dark Horse, again, nothing to really cancel the black hole on anybody. It's just the clockwork, and he buys back in the fight. He knows that if I run up and try and cause, I'm gonna get caught here. Hook shot in. G. What is this about? I mean, you're going in, maybe trying to set up for the TP's back for the Viper. Sharpshooter being wound up as well. X-Nova looking to be in some trouble, able to just hop up to the high ground though. And Lunfa, I think he quickly realizes that this is way too much damage. Small KK will try for the chase through though. They want to full commit onto this Luna, but she fought the BKB. Another killer stun from Bobacar. And in comes Nothing to Say with the onslaught through. I don't know why Dark Horse are chasing so far forward. GG is called. Maybe that's why. Maybe they feel like they don't have any other options. But realistically, from the draft, we all already saw that coming. And unfortunately, G2.iG, they're gonna rinse and repeat the very same thing they did to LGD. Dark Horse, I get that their own game was tough and the series was long, but surely you should have seen this one coming.